this is Halloween Hunter here, and welcome back to yet another Lowe's Halloween 2022 video. And in this video, we're looking at the entire Lowe's lineup that was revealed on their website this morning. Now, a few days ago, I did upload another Lowe's video. It was kind of my final thoughts after seeing the props activated in stores or at somebody's house. But now, these props have finally dropped on the website, and I think this is probably my last Lowe's video. Unless they start dropping more, I don't know how much they can drop, but this is all we have so far, and maybe just for now. Most of these prop opinions have stayed the same, however, a few have changed, so this is kind of just a recap of that. I doubt this video will be too long. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about these props. First is the sharp dressed skeleton. I pretty much feel the same about this prop since my last video. I like it a lot. It's a unique idea. However, I don't see myself buying it. He'll also be retailing for $260, which is kind of a lot, but overall not bad. Next is the Crystal Ball Witch. I pretty much feel the same about this prop from my last video. I don't really like it. I think the audio is really dumb, and I don't think it looks that great, and I just think it's pretty basic and generic, and I just don't really care for it. So overall, yeah, I do not like this prop. She'll be retailing for $200, which is definitely a lot for this prop. Next is the Halloween 2 Michael Myers. Now this one actually does appear to be different than the original one that Gemmy made in 2020 for stores. This one is actually exclusive to Lowe's because it looks a lot different. However, it still has the stupid ringtone Halloween theme audio, which completely ruins the prop. I think it looks pretty decent overall, but the audio totally ruins it. And it's going to be $240, so I'm not going to be getting this one. I am very disappointed the audio is still the same. Next is the Freddy Krueger from Gemmy. Now this guy, like I mentioned in my previous videos, he's actually not new to Lowe's. He came out last year, but he also came out in 2019 at J. Marcus for other stores, so nothing new there. I don't think I really talked about it much, but I don't really care about this prop either, just like Michael. I think it visually looks okay, kind of like how this new Michael Myers is. However, I still don't think it has the best animation. It just looks kind of wonky, and it does look very stiff, so overall, I don't care about it. It is also $240. Next is the Hourglass Reaper. This guy will retail for $200, and I pretty much still feel the same about him. I think he is kind of cool for Gemmy, but he is still kind of too bland for my taste, and he's nothing too interesting overall. But he's not bad. Next is the Gravedigger, retailing for $160, and after watching the video, I can safely say I think this prop is trash. I absolutely don't like this prop at all. I think it looks bad in the video, and I think the audio is bad, and I just don't like it. Next, we have some Gemmy pop-up characters. We have the animated creepy female. She's going to be retailing for $80, and she's just a recolor of the animated creepy girl from last year, just with black hair and brown clothing. And honestly, I think this version looks a lot creepier. My only complaint, though, is that when the head pops up, you can barely see the face, because on the original, it does the same thing. However, the hair was so light on the original, you could see through the face, but on this one, it's kind of more hard to tell, but that's my only complaint. I do think overall this one looks a bit better. Speaking of that original version, it actually is returning this year at Lowe's. The price did raise to $85, which is kind of weird considering the fact that the new one is only $80. So I'm not really sure what's the point of raising the price if one's going to be more, especially since they're the same thing, just a different coloration. But overall, this version is cool too. I used to have this version, but I ended up selling it because I felt like it was too cheap, and I don't really need it. I wasn't going to really use it much anyways, so I ended up selling it. But overall, it's not a bad prop. I guess it is cool to see it back, and I guess it is cool to see a new version of it too. And the last version I'm going to talk about is actually not a pop-up creepy girl this time, but a pop-up pumpkin reaper. Now, if you guys didn't know, late last year there were some stock photos of this prop leaked, and we all assumed it was going to be at Lowe's. And then earlier this year, it started popping up on online retail pages like Michael's and Walmart's, but it wasn't in stock. But we all assumed it would be at Lowe's, and then those Lowe's pictures came out, and we'd even see it in stores, so we kind of forgot about it. But I guess it's still going to be at Lowe's. I'm not sure if it's going to be in stores or not, and honestly, this one is kind of weird. It's not bad by any means, but it's definitely very strange. Like, I kind of liked it from the stock photos, but in the video, it looks like the head from the mouth almost pops up too far. It just looks kind of weird and awkward. It's also $85 like the animated creepy girl from last year, but it is kind of a cool alternate, I guess, if you want it. Next is the black and green clown. This guy will retail for $160, and when I first saw this guy, if you saw my other videos from Lowe's, you'll know that I liked this guy from the start because like the stock image looked kind of cool and even the in-store photo looked kind of nice too. But after watching the video on him, his face definitely looks really weird, and I hate how this prop uses the Gemmy Sunstar Clown audio. It is so annoying. This audio is so overused. It would have been cool if it was original PartyTime audio or even original Gemmy audio. This prop is totally ruined for me. I don't really care about it anymore. Next we have is the Big Head Reaper, retailing for $270, and personally, I still feel the same about this prop. I think his audio is a lot cooler. His appearance is really nice too. I wish he had side-to-side turning. The original 2020 version had that, so I'm not really sure why they couldn't have it on this one, but he's still nice. I think it would have been cool with the side turning, especially for that price being pretty steep at $270. Next is the black and white clown. This prop will retail for $65, and all I gotta say is that this prop is trash. I don't like it. I hate how overused Sunstar stuff is. I hate it. Now we have is the 12-foot mummy, retailing for $350, and just like my previous video I mentioned, I think this one has grown me a lot. I definitely like it a lot now. I don't know if I'll get it this year. I definitely don't see myself getting it this year, and I still think it's cheap quality, but I do indeed like this prop. And last we have is Stitches the Clown, retailing for $250, and I still really enjoy this guy a lot, and it might just be again that Hugz appearance here, but I really like it a lot. He's actually 8 feet, so he's actually not 9 or 10 feet. He's 8 feet, which is fine too. He is just like Pesky. His head actually does move from side to side, and his mouth moves. Even though that's pretty limited for the price, it's definitely very overpriced. I like the look of him, and again, it's probably just the Hugz look, but I enjoy it a lot, and I think out of all these props on this list, I can definitely see myself buying this one for sure. This one might be one I get for my channel very soon. I'm not really sure yet, but this is one I definitely enjoy a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Lowe's 2022 online lineup so far. I'm not really sure if they're going to be dropping anything else like Jason or some other things, but for now, this is basically it. I don't think there's going to be any more, but I could be wrong. I kind of hope not in a way, just because I make so many Lowe's videos, but if not, I will cover that new stuff. However, for now, that's really it for Lowe's until stores open. Next, I will be doing Party City because they have a whole bunch of props leaked, so that is next. But overall, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.